What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar BYT, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again, guys. Another episode of the Culers Culture Show. And listen, guys, what a Sunday, man. Listen, it's great that, we could all assemble today because I have a full panel. And it's ironic that I actually have a full panel because we're actually here to actually perform the funeral service to Real Madrid season, ladies and gentlemen. Four times in a row. 2 trophies and their head top. Potentially a third if we win next week. All these Madridistas, man, they were having a good time at the start of the week when we lost against Inter. Oh, these guys were having the time of their lives. They were enjoying our tears. But you know the old saying, guys, he who laughs last, laughs best. And every single one of us here today, we are all here to gather together. I want you all, ladies and gentlemen, to give a moment of silence to the Madrid season. All right, yeah, moment of silence is gone. Before we get started, guys, let me actually quickly do some house cleaning, guys. Big up to all of the people in here. First of all, my brother from another mother, man like Barça boy in the building. What is going on, man?
What's good, of course. Happy feeling, happy mood. Winning 3 out of 4 trophies in a season is always a great feeling. So it's now time to enjoy it since we didn't get to really celebrate the first 2, not much.
I mean, what can I say, man? Domestic trouble incoming. Just like, Catalan just mentioned. Just wanted to remind everyone here, domestic trouble in his first season. Big up to my brother Jonas. What's going on, Barça Riak, man? How you doing, bro?
Listen, man, what can I say? But, hey, people are saying, is it a down year? I'll tell you what, we have not won the domestic trouble, I believe, since 2018. So it's been a good season by default. 3 out of 4 trophies. Yeah, the UCL one hurts, but all these Real Madrid fans, I mean, I'm sure we'll get to it, but how can you be saying thanks Inter? You know why? Because in their heart of hearts, they know that they cannot defeat us. They need somebody else to help them out. So this one felt good because they can't laugh. Maybe other Barca haters, they can laugh, but Real Madrid specifically, you guys, hold that, bro. Listen, hold it. I'm doing fine though.
Oh, I can imagine. But Elias, we had a show. Was it yesterday or the day before? Friday,
I think it was Friday. I think it was Friday when we were able to do like a news roundup.
On Friday. Yeah, we were talking about, how, this week, this Madridistas, man, they had so much talk. And we said, man, on Sunday, we will have our turn to talk.
Yeah.
So,
the Madrid fans, they were going crazy on Tuesday. It seemed that Real Madrid, they won a trophy. I was going on social media. I was seeing, Barca's back with laughing and with quotations and everything. But what happened today? But overall, I'm feeling really good to be back on the channel. And obviously, I'm very happy that Barcelona, they got the victory. And we're one step closer. We only need that final step. We're crowned La Liga champions. Super, super excited to be here.
Exactly, man. And finally, man like Miguel, Barça volume in the building. What's going on, man? What are you saying?
Oh, my God, man. I cannot tell you how excited I am. As a matter of fact, I don't know what I should be excited about. Should I be excited about the Barca won and basically closed it out today? Or should I be excited about the fact that when the season started, Real Madrid came and they said they were going to win everything and Mbappe was going to score 3 goals. Well, he did score 3 goals tonight. Let's give him that. But Vini was supposed to score 2. We didn't know if it was going to be Jude Bellingham. We couldn't stop all this freaking Galacticos 2.0, right? Like, we can just do anything against this Barca. But he creates this Barca team that didn't have anybody but Dani Olmo added to the squad from Xavi Hernandez. And here came Hansi Flick, man. Freaking Hansi freaking Flick. And just putting a clinical after clinical after clinical. And I don't know if I should be excited, but, dude, why are we analyzing the Real Madrid against Barca? All the games are being exactly the same. We should talk about the same thing we talked in August, if we want to count the friendly match they play here in Miami, or should we talk about the August? Should we talk about September? Should we talk about January? Should we talk about March? every single time, man. We just doing clinical after clinical, and this game is specifically, I am so excited. But the team should have put in like 5 to 6 goals, and I just don't even know where to start.
Hey man, but finally, we actually have a new person actually joining the panel today, man. Man, like wait, in cooler, bro. Big up to you, bro. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. First of all, how are you guys doing? I'm feeling
We're
good.
Ecstatic,
doing great.
ecstatic. We're doing
Yeah,
fantastic.
We're doing amazing. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't be better.
but yeah, what a win to secure La Liga, 7 points ahead of Real Madrid. Now the only thing that's left is to beat Espanyol, the Catalan derby, on Thursday to secure La Liga, just like we did back in 2022-2023 season,
Ah,
when the
exactly.
fans stormed the pitch.
They gotta be cursed, man. That would be the second in like the span
Bro,
what 3 years.
Yeah.
I'm shameless. You guys don't understand, bro.
No.
I
What are
need
the
us to win
odds
next
that
season.
it happens to them again, dude?
Yeah.
Like,
Bro, I've seen in the last 5 years, we've won the league against them, we've gotten them relegated, and we are potentially
Yeah.
about to win a league in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
stadium
No,
again.
dude,
and
we're
that's
not getting
horrendous.
John Garcia. We're not getting John Garcia.
No, and what's crazy
Hey,
is
listen,
that
hey, you know what?
no, go for it.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
No, well, I was saying because I was rewatching, videos of like how the Barcelona players and the staff they were celebrating that win, and then you saw the Espanyol fans trying to invade the pitch. Imagine if Barcelona were able to replicate that. Imagine we're able to celebrate in that fashion, and
Hey,
and cause that turmoil to Espanyol.
you know what could the only way it could be better because I love beating Espanol because they always try to be that annoying team and I'm not gonna lie, we have been getting our way the last couple years with them, but the only way it would have been better is if these two games were switched and we could legit beat Real Madrid to secure La Liga. That would have been beautiful. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, that
If it
would have
was
been too
mathematical.
perfect.
Hey,
Too
That would
perfect.
have been too perfect, right?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. It's still
yeah.
good.
Honestly, if we had to play them for the title decider, we probably have not won because these guys would have been like, "Yo, we would die before we let you guys beat us."
Yeah.
But listen, but yeah, man, listen. But look. Obviously, we all have a lot to say. I'm gonna let everyone here have their own say, guys, because look, I do want to quickly say this. Tomorrow, we're gonna be doing Football Mania. I am gonna be talking to that Madrid fraud, that I show speed looking fraud.
It's
But
okay. At least they
firstly,
won
what
a
I'm gonna
title.
do
They
is,
won the Barca beat
I'm,
Inter title.
They
Inter
did.
beat Barca title,
yeah,
right?
listen, man,
So they have something to
listen, man.
celebrate.
Fair enough.
I'll tell you right now, guys. I have never in my lifetime, as a Barcelona fan, I've seen Madrid do the sweep against Barca a few times, right? But in my lifetime, I've never seen us lose to Madrid four, not one, not two times. I mean, they beat us 3 times last season, and that's like the
Yeah.
most they've beaten us in a season. But guess what? We did four, and not only did we do four past them, we beat them to two. We think about it. All our trophies this season has directly been connected to them because the Super Cup we beat them directly. We beat them directly for the Copa del Rey, and this win basically secures us the league. Because next week all we need is one more win. We have 3 more games. We just need one more win, and the league is ours. And this moment right here, this is where the title was won. We're gonna look at this game and say, yeah, this is where we won the league. You understand what I'm saying? But these Madridistas, they had a lot to say. And the first thing I'm gonna do when I get into the show tomorrow, I'm gonna make sure to talk to my lawyer. We're gonna write a deed because it is time to finally make this official. We're gonna make a deed where it is gonna be written on law that as of May 11th, 2025, Real Madrid Football Club the property of Real Madrid is hereby owned by Lamine Yamal from henceforth.
Sign the
That
adoption
includes the
papers.
stadium.
Sign,
Yeah,
sign the adoption papers right now.
yep. We're gonna
Dude,
the
you know,
stadium, the
you know what?
jersey, the players, the president, everyone that is associated to Real Madrid is now hereby owned by Yamal until further notice.
Dude, Real
So
Madrid is just in shambles right now. Like, if I would have told you before the game, dude, you're Real Madrid. You're gonna start the game winning 2-0. Barcelona's coming off a huge emotional loss against Inter. So it's like two big blows against Barca and two good things happening for Madrid. And somehow they started this propaganda that the Barca losing to Inter was somehow magically going to make Real Madrid beat Barca, which is, to me, that was really, really childish. Because just not. It's not. There's nothing analytical, nothing that you can point out to say
No.
really that's going to directly correlate to the ability to beat Barca on that day. And still, Real Madrid couldn't beat Barca. Real Madrid couldn't beat him after having, you can say bad things about Barca because, once again, right, we're down 2-0. And I've been saying this on my channel. The one Achilles heel for Barca is we always have to climb, always have to go an uphill battle, always have to be an uphill battle. We always have to give ourselves, a big holes to dig ourselves out of. And in this game, Madrid had it again. And it just, as I was making my video today, I was thinking, like, Barca has been down in 3 out of the 4 games against Real Madrid. Real Madrid has not been able to figure out how to come back after Barca coming back on them. They're comeback kings, or so they're called. It's Barca, the real comeback kings this season, and that's the main reason why we're able to be on the other side of all these games.
No, I mean, if you really think, and you know what the best part about today's game is? Everything, it seemed like the La Liga or the referee was trying his best to basically make this game as close as it could. Because, please, guys, I mean, am I being biased, or do my eyes deceive me? Because I could have sworn that I saw Tchouameni's hand in an unnatural position. And somehow you had this absolute fraud in the commentary booth of Steve McManaman sitting there just waffling the entire bro. That guy pissed me off. I was like, yo, I had to mute that because this brother was being
Omar,
so
he plays for
biased,
Madrid,
bro.
bro. He played for Madrid. It's
I
not
know,
Yeah, he was
bro.
so biased.
That's why I said he's biased. But dude, I'm sorry, man. This man's bias was irritating me because the way he was just overlooking, he was sitting there like, oh, but he was in a natural position. I'm like, bro, are you trying to insult my sight? Because I know what I'm looking at right now. You understand what I'm saying, right? And then to make it worse, we had a rightful goal. The 5th goal should have been given. I'm sorry.
Yes.
If you're gonna give Tchouameni's goal as an unnatural, how is that? How is Fermin's hand not in a natural position then? But these referees are not consistent.
Dude, after
man.
Fermin's
It really
handball,
pisses me off.
Valverde had possession of that ball. And that's the main thing. It started a whole new thing. And then Fermin was able to get it back and recover that, which makes it so stupid that I guess the referees were just trying to make a point, bro. Just at that point.
Honestly, my bad. You go first, bro.
Not only that, he had to dribble past 2 players and then unleash a rocket to score that. Like, the handball had no effect on the goal whatsoever. So I don't understand.
Bro,
And
that's
on
what I'm
top of that-
saying. Like, you know what
That's
it
how
is?
they have 15 Champions Leagues, bro. That's all I gotta say.
You know what it is? I just like the Fermin and Tchouameni ones
how
were
they win.
similar. So surely you give the same decision. But no, they call handball on Fermin and not on Tchouameni. Fair enough. I didn't even think the Tchouameni one, I was okay with it. But when they didn't call the Fermin one, I'm like, where's the consistency? You know what I'm saying? And honestly, what I saw from it, I think that they just wanted the league to play out even more, which means a Real Madrid win is what they wanted. That's what I felt like. I'm not going to lie. And I don't even complain about the refs too much, man.
Bro, that's the thing. That's the thing. As Barca fans over here, yes, sometimes when we're watching the game, we call out referees, but we're very objective most of the time in here. But that game today, the fact that we won that game, I'm still calling out the referees a flipping joke. This referee today, he bottled it. I don't know if he was under the pressure because of how Madrid were moving during the Copa del Rey, and this guy wasn't trying to be in the spotlight like this, or like the former referee was, the referee in the Copa del Rey. But it's an absolute joke. But before we continue, big up to my brother over here, man. Yo, he sent me a super chat. Big up to you. He says, please, bro, please raise for this Madrid ref for daylight robbery, man, every stream. He says, please raise every collab, especially Carnage the Noob AF. Anyways, yo, big up to you, man. But I really do want to ask you all, right? I want to start with you, Hafez, right? Because I haven't really heard much from you, right? Obviously, we had a slow start, very similar to how we did in the Super Copa, right? Even in the game in the Copa del Rey, we were I know we took the lead, we were down, and we brought it back and won, right? When we went 2-0 down, what was your mindset? Were you very... I'll be honest with you. For me, right, when we were 2-0 down, and when we scored that first goal, I was surprisingly comfortable. I wasn't even angry. I wasn't like rattled where I was like, oh, how you guys 2-0 down, this and this. I felt a level of calmness in me where I felt like, these guys are going to score. We'll equalize soon. I just see the equalizer coming. I don't know why, but I feel like the equalizer will arrive soon. And long behold, Yamal, once again, man, this guy, absolute joke. I can't even say enough, man. But incredible end of that first half. We brought it back from 2-0 down to 4-2. Second half, maybe we slowed down. We had chances. Like Rafinha, could have had a hat trick. He should have had a hat trick today.
Four.
You understand what I'm saying,
Four.
right?
4, yeah.
Absolutely. He should have had four, right? But in the end, Madrid did score Mbappe once again scoring a hat trick, but means fuck all, just like the World Cup final. Scored a hat trick, but what did that bring you, man? You may have won the battle, we won the war. It is what it is. But Hafed, man, tell me your entire, basically
even-
roller coaster during that.
Not even Mbappe as well. Shout out to Borja Iglesias, Gorassi, and Pavlovic, who all scored hat tricks this season and still held that fat L against Barcelona. But you can see in my live stream, I was still pretty calm. We were 2-0 down. Again, Madrid have scored 7 goals against us this season. 4 of them have been set pieces, and 3 of them have been breakaways in 1v1 scenarios, just them being the high line, which was expected with our style of play. I was quite calm because I said that we were still playing better. They got 2, lucky goals, and in those 2 goals, there were 2 50-50 decisions that did not go our way. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Nothing really new here. And I was quite calm. I said, as long as we could get a goal before halftime. And again, like I mentioned on other shows, that our first half record in terms of scoring this season is very, very good. I said, just get a goal before halftime, and I think we'll be well back in it. And not only did we do that, we completed the comeback in the first half. I think once that Eric Garcia goal went in, you can see the team was rising from that. They started to play better. They were, more pinpoint, more aggressive with the ball. I even think, apart from Madrid's 3 goals today, they had, of course, that chance at the last second, that Victor Munoz guy, who was apparently a former Barcelona player. But apart from their 4 chances in which they scored 3, I felt so comfortable this game. Vinicius had a terrible game. Ceballos and Vasquez were woeful as well. The center backs weren't that great. I felt like we were on top for the whole entire game. So when we were 2-0 down, it sucked because it's like, okay, an uphill battle. But the team have done so many uphill battles this season. They still, the fans like us with confidence. So they go out there and they do it. So I was not phased too much.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Usually, when we were 2-0 down, like especially when we were 2-0 down in the midweek, I was fuming, right, because of the way we performed. For some reason, I just felt like I saw something when that first goal went in from Eddie Garcia, right? The urgency, like these guys, they were looking to get the equalizer as soon as possible, and we were pegging them back. These guys couldn't even pass. They were trying to do the short pass in their own box. We were completely snuffing it out, right? So I was very impressed. And that first half, like you mentioned, it was 10 out of 10. I'll be honest with you guys. When we went 4-2 up in that first half, and I looked at the jersey we were wearing, all I could remember was that 09 game in Durban. I was like, 6-2, man. Run it back, ladies and gentlemen. Run it back. It's right there for us, man.
I was genuinely
Jonas,
expecting a game like that.
Yeah, exactly. But Jonas, man, what was your, what's your honest analysis on the game, bro?
Bro, you know what? I'm not going to lie. The first goal, I was annoyed. I was like, we conceded 2 goals again. How many? I think in the last 4 games, we've conceded 2 goals, like a 2-0 lead, like a deficit. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, I was like, are we going to come back again? And then when Eric scored, I already knew we were going to come back. Once Eric scored, I knew we were going to come back. But, bro, we couldn't. Once Eric scored, I promise you, the team hit fire, bro. I remember Jared Martin. He had that long shot, right? Almost hit the crossbar. Courtois had to make the save, bro. And then, obviously, the equalizer, Lamine Yamal. I can't say enough about this kid. I already said my opinion. I think he's the best player in the world. I love Rafinha. But if you told me who to give the Ballon d'Or to, I would give it to Lamine. And I know some people will be shocked, but I think he's just the best by far. Not just on this team, but in the world. Bro, and then the third goal. Man, Rafinha, there we go. Clinical. I wish he was clinical all game long because it would have been a battering session. It would have been ugly. If Rafinha was clinical today, because he had 4 great opportunities, he scored 2 at least, right? So give him some credit. But, bro, if it was clinical, Rafinha, this could have gotten ugly, you know what I'm saying? And then, obviously, scored a second. Amazing goal again. Ferran deserves a lot of credit today. He did a lot of the little things, Ferran, and he did very good, I think. Yeah. So I'm just happy. You know what I'm saying? This is probably going to lead to another trophy. How can I be mad? Domestic treble, first year of Hansi Flick, and I'm already over the UCL exit. I'm happy, man.
Hey, listen, man, this was the only game that was going to make me forget about the UCL, losing the Champions League.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like that's why I even said it. I was like, listen, this Madrid game could either make me very angry, just make my whole week miserable, or it could just save my week. And honestly, bro, look, I'm gonna be very honest, right? Obviously, we're all disappointed to be out of the Champions League, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, for his first season to win a domestic treble, bro, that is way more than any of us expected. So I'm just happy that we had a great Champions League run, right? It was close. We could have won. We could have easily won that game against Inter. It's just unfortunate for us, but quick recovery. But Elias, I actually did watch some of your YouTube show to see your reactions to the goals, man. Like, bro, like what was like? How did you feel, man, watching that game, man? Like, tell us about your thought process during
Uh,
that game.
I mean, in the opening 15 minutes, I wasn't necessarily say I was like worried that Barcelona, they weren't going to win in the match, but it was more of a sensation of just like saying, again, Barcelona, we start off, poorly. We're not able to start off the game well, and we're already down 2-0. You're thinking, oh, like, come on. But overall, I did have doubt that Barcelona can make that comeback. We've seen it time and time again, against Benfica, against Celta Vigo, against Real Madrid. Just you can keep going on and on and on. But Barcelona, they've shown that they've been the best team in the world. This season, only 2 minutes away from the UCL final. Unfortunately, we didn't reach that due to some bozo moments from our defenders and from the team in general. But overall, I was really happy with the team. You saw a very dominant Barcelona performance, as Eunice and Barca Boy has been saying. It could have been more. It could have been more. We could have seen basically, I would say, what, a 6-3, something like that, 7-3, around there, with the amount of chances that Rafinha was missing and everything. But I absolutely amazed with the performance, and we're one step closer to that La Liga title race. I mean, the La Liga title. Hopefully, we are able to wrap it up against Espanyol.
Hey, listen, man, absolutely. But Miguel, I mean, I didn't see your match reaction yet. I'll watch it after the show. But yeah, man, talk to me about your honest analysis of the game, man.
Yeah, you guys have done an amazing job as far as breaking down the game. I want to give some thoughts as the bigger picture for a little bit, and like, there's two things that really stood out to me. So the first one is we have not seen the ceiling for this team yet, so which is amazing because I think we haven't played a perfect match in a while. We have been playing terrible on defense. The defense tonight was not good enough. And one thing that really became apparent to me today, that made me feel a little bit better towards what happened in the Champions League and all that, and it's helping me get over it. Even though we were 90 seconds away from making it to the final, we just once again making a lot of mistakes on defense, and it makes me think that one, I love Christensen coming out in the second half, and I love watching him a little bit more, and it's just more apparent that he should have been the one playing in the second half against Inter instead of Araujo. That's one thing. Another thing that really stood out to me is like maybe we were just so close to getting to the final in the Champions League, but maybe we weren't ready yet defensive wise. Defensively we're not ready yet because. Even if we make it to the final, are we? I think we could beat PSG, but PSG has been more consistent on offense, more consistent on defense, and honestly, the fact that we were again 2-0 down, it just makes me feel like maybe we're just a year away. And maybe next year we can come back stronger. We can have a better game plan. Where Hansi Flick will have another season under his belt, and we can change or tweak a few things that would help us towards ultimately being in well position to win a Champions League. But I don't know if this defense would have been good enough to beat yet again another team that could have scored easily. But PSG can easily put up goals against Barca, but that's another thing. But what I'm saying as far as coming back to what happened tonight, Madrid twice in the Copa del Rey and tonight, both days they had an amazing chance to make a statement, and they just didn't have it this year. And just like Lamine Jamal said, and that's kind of where I started off with my video reaction. Just like Lamine, playing the best player in the world, he is the one thing that we can look up to right now, as far we have a lot of things going for us. We have the duel between De Jong and Pedri. We have the Lamine Jamal. We have the Rafinha season. We have a lot of things that are looking great for the future. But the one thing that we know is that I'm so happy with is to see the kind of season and the kind of how Lamine Jamal is closing out the year, because he wasn't this good to begin the season. He was good, but he wasn't this good, and especially in big time moments. I'm looking at the likes of Dani Olmo, who's somebody who came in to play the big games and he hasn't been able to deliver. So let's take a look at Lamine Jamal, a 17-year-old who has scored or assisted in every single Clásico this year and actually beat Madrid in every Clásico he has played. So the fact that he can rise in those really important occasions, it gives me so much joy and so much happiness that the future's right, the bright. And even though it was hard for us to see a season when we just got beaten by Inter, to see the light, to see and reflect to the great things that were happening this season, right? Because it just feels like a failure, but at the same time, it's like, how can you call that a failure when we won the domestic treble and we won against Real Madrid in every single phase? So I've been watching Barça for I'm 38 years old, and I've been watching Barca since I was probably 6 or 7, since I can remember. The first player I remember watching was the Phenom R9, right? So that's I will go way back, and I've been with Barca when Barca is like the 12th in the table, and we beat Madrid. Sometimes would they beat us, sometimes we beat them, but it's never been a year where they swept us. And this season is nothing less than spectacular for Barca and Flick. That literally a coach from Real Madrid that winning the Champions League and was also won the league last year just got fired, and got fired because of Flick.
Yeah. I mean, before I get to weigh in, right, I just want to quickly say this. SSB says here, we need a full rebuild and a cash trap. Now, this is a Madrid fan, right? It's funny how he's saying this, because this is what we've been doing the past few years. It's crazy, bro. These guys are talking about cash trap. Like, if you guys are cash trap, how the hell what do you think we've been going through? Right? Like, it's crazy, man. Like, welcome to Barcelona's world. This is our world right here. This is what we have to deal with every single time, right? But Wayne, man, talk to me, man. Like, what did you obviously first of all, before you do start, I just want to say once again, welcome to the show. Big up for you for joining us. But yeah, man, listen. Obviously, we've won this game. The title is literally right in our hands. But tell me what you were thinking about that game, man. Like your full like analysis, honestly, man.
I mean, obviously, we go 2-0 down. Something that happened throughout the season few times, many times. I was confident, but at the same time, I thought this time, could they come back after this heavy Inter loss? I was like, are they playing depressed? Can they make a comeback? Do they have the mentality to make a comeback? But you know what they say in football, 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead you can have in football. As soon as that first goal goes, I knew Eric Garcia, the momentum switched. As soon as that Garcia goal went in, Lamine Yamal equalized, and I was like, yeah, it's GG's for Real Madrid. Barcelona's gonna cook. And I actually thought Tchouaméni should have got a red card. I don't usually talk about the refs, but Tchouaméni should have actually got a red card for that last on tackle on Ferran Torres. And Lucas Vázquez made some few mistakes again and again. Something that I'm confused about. What is Ancelotti's thinking? There's been a few times what you say, Vázquez has been cooked by Barcelona. I thought he was going to start Federico Valverde, but he started Vázquez, and he regret that decision, because the last two goals Rafinha scored, that was easily by Lucas Vázquez. So shout out to him. But that first half ends 4-2. I was like, we're gonna see a demolition job by Barcelona. But as you guys see, Real Madrid made some changes in the halftime. They hooked Arda Güler, who a lot of Real Madrid fans were saying he's about to cook Barcelona, but he didn't do it. And who else cooked? I'm actually surprised Rodrigo didn't even play. I feel like he's about to leave Real Madrid as well. But overall, a good game by Barcelona. I'm very happy to see Barcelona finally lift La Liga after a year of missing it out. But yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's
Crazy. Crazy, man. Listen, 2 league titles in 3 years. Like, you gotta be real, man. Like, with everything that we've had to go through as Barcelona fans, it's not bad at all. It is absolutely not bad at all. I mean, look,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, right? Watching the game today, right? I enjoyed the victory. I mean, we needed that as Barca fans. We desperately needed that win, right? With everything that we've been going through this week, right? But I'll say this right now, guys. What were your highlights in the game, and what were some of your lowlights? Let me start with you, Jonas. Like, what was your highlight of the game, and what were some of your lowlights? Honestly,
Probably the highlight has to be. I mean, I'll say two, okay? Because when we scored the fourth goal, I was like, yo, this team's on fire. This is like 4 goals in like 25 minutes, right? Like, I was legitimately thinking, right? This could get ugly because we're actually on fire. We're creating a lot of chances and we're being clinical, right? And Real Madrid, their counterattack has been quite poor for like a bit now, you know what I'm saying? After their fast start. And then the other highlight obviously didn't count. But imagine, guys, genuinely, if Fermin Lopez's goal counted, what a moment. Genuinely, what a moment.
what a
For
moment. What a moment.
he jumps over the billboard, celebrates with the fans. Half the subs go with the fans. Like La Liga, they already knew the game was over, so they were just like, yeah, we're just gonna scratch that, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's gonna count on my mind, so I don't care.
It
But
was on his birthday too, and that's what's crazy.
exactly,
Imagine you score a goal like that and you aren't able, to celebrate because of,
and you
of,
know
of a
what?
like,
handball.
That
you
that
know what,
reminded
right?
me of
That
the
pissed
goal like
me. That
Kessié.
that goal pissed me off. But
Remember
quickly,
Kessié?
Jonas, that game. But that goal pissed me off. You know why it pissed me off, right? Because, bro, they still lost the game. Like, what was the point of canceling the goal, man? Like, you just being like, at that point, you just being a dickhead at that point, bro. Like, you had no reason. You knew they were not gonna come back and score. They were just being salty, man. Like, the guy celebrated, and you know what the worst thing is, right? This is why I just flipping hated Steve McManaman today, bro. This brother, right? Did you see how he reacted when the goal was disallowed? He was sitting there laughing in the stream. I was like, oh man, I just wanted to punch my phone. I was like, nah, this guy, yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, he's
Oh
an
my god,
absolute fraud. But
you understand,
but look,
bro?
yeah,
Omar.
look, Fermin Lopez go. Yeah, go ahead.
My bad for cutting you. But bro, when Fermin scored, like I felt so happy, bro. Like I genuinely was like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This was about to be tears of joy, bro. This was beautiful to see the whole squad celebrate. Even Hansi Flick was running. I haven't seen that guy run the whole year, you know. But nah, it would have reminded me like legit like the Kessié goal when we beat Real Madrid in the last minute. That was a tighter game, to be fair. And the whole squad starts running, bro. That was beautiful, bro. I'm not gonna lie, this season's been special. Regardless, without the UCL, this is one of the most enjoyable seasons I've ever had as a fan. It's in the top three,
Yeah.
4 easily for me, you know?
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had a season like this as Barca fans, right? Because
We've
even
been
like this
starving.
season where we won. Yeah, exactly. The performances, the way we've been playing games, have not always been good enough. It's not always been entertaining. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, even the Xavi times when we won the league, right? Yeah, we had some great moments like winning the league. But if you look at even our run in the Champions League, we were knocked out in the group stages. We got knocked out in the round of 32 against United. In the league, in the Copa del Rey, we were battered by Real Madrid, if you guys remember. But
Yes.
I do actually want to also mention this, right? This season, we beaten Madrid 4-0, 5-1, 5-2, 3-2, and 4-3, right? The crazy thing about the 4-0 is, you know that now Barcelona technically have beaten Real Madrid 4-0 in the Bernabeu 3 times now in the league alone in the past 10 years. We beat
In the
them
past
in
10 years, yeah.
2015. Yes, in 2015 we beat them 4-0. We beat them 4-0 in 2022, and then we also beat them 4-0 this year, last year, but it was this season, right? Like, it's actually incredible just how great this team is. And look, I know Hansi Flick is not perfect. He gets things wrong here and there, but at the end of the day, credit where credit is due. The guy has been able to do so well with what he has. You understand what I'm saying, right? He's never complained, right? he was like, if you look at the squad that we had this season, we did not expect much from this team. Let's be real, right? We just wanted to at least challenge for the league, maybe have a good run in the Champions League, or maybe win the Copa del Rey, and we'll be good. But but honestly, if you told any of us this season no, we were gonna have this season, man, like it's incredible,
He's
man. Like
he's
I have to
overachieving.
give him all the.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
go
I
ahead,
did.
Elias. Yeah.
No. I mean, and that's where I want to take my point because obviously at the start of the season we weren't coming in with the expectations of saying, hey, Barcelona, we were going to go and have a deep run in the Champions League. We were going to be dominant in the El Clásicos against Real Madrid. Our players were going to be showing this level, and we were going to be winning these trophies. And overall, you've seen Hansi Flick take this team and absolutely transform it. And I've always been consistent in saying that, hey, Xavi, he set up the foundation. I give praise to him for what we are seeing now because bringing in the players such as Kouarsi, Lamine Yamal, for bringing in these youngsters and giving them their debut and stabilizing Barcelona allowed for them to grow in what we're seeing now. And what I want to see overall in the next season is the continuation of that, having the sustainability, because we've seen at times, throughout the season, Barcelona not be at that same level. You think back to November, you think back to December, where fatigue could play a part. You've seen, these past couple of weeks, how, the lack of depth at times have hurt us. You've seen the lack of Balde, you've seen the lack of Koundé at times, Robert Lewandowski, hurt Barcelona. I think in the summer, I think you just back Hansi Flick as strong as you possibly can. You say, hey, Hansi, what do you need? Who do you want gone? How can we make this team even better? Because this team, the sky's the ceiling. Only
Sky's the
positive
limit, yeah,
things.
sure.
Only positive things can wait for us. And obviously the loss against Inter hurts. As I was saying, I think it's one of the most heartbreaking defeats as a Barcelona fan in recent years. But the future's optimistic.
No, I mean that is 100% true, right? Look, at the end of the day, I trust the manager. Now, look, obviously, you and I have already spoken about this, Elias. There's certain players I don't want to see them at the club, to be honest with you. But I trust Hansi Flick's judgment. You understand what I'm saying, right? Because at the end of the day, Hansi Flick has a plan. Look, we know that, if anything, right, the reason why this season is so special is because we know that this team is not really perfect, or it's not even like at its best yet. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's still areas in this team that still needs fixing, right? You just mentioned the defense. Like I saw Christensen today come off the bench and he made an amazing block. That block that he made just reminded me why I wanted this brother to stay. I was telling people throughout the season when he was injured, they were saying, oh, sell him, he's not fit, this and this. I said, brother, when Christensen is fit, he is our best center back because this brother never makes mistakes. Like
Yeah.
everyone has their bozo moments except Christensen. Christensen is not always going to be the best defender on the pitch, but he will. But when you see him on the pitch, when he has to do something, he never misses. You understand what I'm saying? And that is the most
Solid.
incredible thing about him. And that's why, and that's why for me, right, I'm just like, look, I would prefer to keep him next season if he's fit, because I know he's had an injury plagued season this season. We don't know how he's going to be next season. If he is fit next season, honestly, I would keep him because I think that he will be very, very integral to how we play. You understand what I'm saying? He's going to be very integral to how we play. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that even though Christiansen played well, you would still want to sell just because, you don't know if he's going to be injury prone next season? What do you guys say?
I mean, I really want him to stay. I mean, we all saw what he did back in 22-23 season. The back line he formed with Araujo, Balde, and Koundé was absolutely solid. As they were called back, because you guys know. But as you guys know, he has some injury problems like he did this season. This might be only his fourth appearance overall. Something that's very concerning. And to be honest, his stock value, Barcelona cannot even make money off him. So the best for him to do is to stay in Barcelona, in my opinion, and sell Araujo maybe. He is I like him, but Barca can make money off him. That's my opinion.
Yeah, all right.
This is the thing, like with our center backs, because like ideally we always say left wing, we need a striker, right? But this Barcelona team has had an historic. They've had a historic. Like the numbers say, it. They've scored. I think the top 3 goals in our history, and our club has been very good historically, right? So a top 3 goal scoring season. That tells you that you need to improve the back line and goalkeeper, in my opinion, right? I think goalkeeper, like guys, Hansi Flick has passed the test, bro. He is a serious manager. Now it's on to Laporta and Deco to back him. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
has completely passed it. You gave him a squad that, remember, Xavi, a big respect to Xavi. He set the foundation. He left at the right time, right? But the thing with Xavi, he said that this team's not good enough to win. Hansi Flick has showed that no, it is good enough to win because I'm managing it. Now you got to get him his players, but also with the back line, right? We already know we need a left back, in my opinion, another one, right? Full backs, right? But in my opinion, I think we need a center back, to be honest, because man, like Araujo didn't play today, and our back line still looks super shaky. As much as we won, guys, let's not hide the fact. Come on, Cabarsi, Inigo, they've been very good. Maybe they're tiring out. They play so many games, right? Christensen's the guy who, like Omar said, he makes the least mistakes, right? Araujo makes mistakes. Even Cabarsi makes mistakes. I feel like, honestly, get a center back if we can. Get a quality center back, not like Taw. Come on, Taw's another depth piece, you know? Quality center back and like a left back, I'll be happy with that. But I don't know, man. I think that this is a good foundation season, though, man. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. Talking about that center back department, though, I do, Hansi Flick, he actually spoke about it, in the press conference after, and he said it's very hard actually to work on that defensive structure if you're playing a game every 3 days. It doesn't give you time to actually work on those fundamentals necessarily, and he said, that's why we're going to be focusing on preseason. So looking at those words, I expect Barcelona to generally be putting a lot of work, especially knowing that we're not going to be going to the Club World Cup, to shore up that defense and everything. But looking at necessarily the personnel, obviously the injury of Kunde and the absence of Balde does play a factor. Those are 2 big pieces in the defense. But also, I think fatigue plays a big role. These guys have been playing football for basically a game every 3 days for the past 3 months or so. And these players, they aren't robots. You're going to feel that fatigue. And obviously, Araujo, he's been, there in certain moments where he's been key, in other moments where he hasn't been able to show his the level required. You think about, the game against Inter necessarily. But I'm actually fine with the center back depth. I think we're covered there. I think you have
Yeah.
Kunde who can play as like an ultimate. If no one can play there, you have Eric Garcia, Christensen, Inigo, and Pau Garcia. I would much rather focus on necessarily like the flanks, of Barcelona, because I think that's where it can completely transform the way that Barcelona they play. Because Balde, you've seen how much of an absence that affected Barcelona. Imagine the left winger being able to complement Rafinha when he's able to cut inside, or maybe let's say a natural right back, for example. That's where I would prioritize. I think in the center back department, I think we're good. It's just about, I would say, more time under the Hansi Flick system. I'm looking at the words from Hansi, and that's where I place my trust.
One thing before you go, bro. Listen, we need a goalkeeper, guys. Let's not hide.
I agree.
It's the priority. I don't care, guys. I don't care about the rumors, the other Barca pages on Instagram or X. The number one priority for me is goalkeeper because, bro, when you have a shaky back line, players who make mistakes, you need to have a good goalkeeper. Look at Real Madrid, year in, year out, right? Whenever they have a shaky defense, whenever they're looking very poor defensively, Thibaut Courtois bails them out, right? We need to get ourselves a goalkeeper. So then the moments that we're defending bad, it doesn't matter. We don't concede a goal because we have that guy. We don't. Szczesny's not good enough. Let's be real. He's a good number 2. I would keep him in the squad. Good morale. I think Ter Stegen's not good enough, to be honest, at this stage of his career. Inaki Pena, right? I'm not going to even make the case for him, to be honest. Let's be real. But I think we need a goalkeeper. I think it's the number one priority for me.
So Eunice, you say that, but who would you bring in necessarily? Because obviously Joan Garcia, I would say, is like the number one option being mentioned out there.
Yeah.
But if we're going to be renewing Szczesny, if if the Barcelona fan base view Ter Stegen, I would actually say half is split on Ter Stegen being the best in the world, and the other half absolutely hating him. That's the reaction I'm seeing on social media
Best in the
necessarily.
world is Sagan.
Yes, yes. I'm
Wow.
talking specifically about the Spanish Barcelona fans because I'm on there. I'm fortunate able to be bilingual and speak Spanish, but I'm looking at these Spanish YouTubers, these Barcelona YouTubers. I'm looking at the fans, and they genuinely believe that Ter Stegen is the best goalkeeper in the world,
Yeah, they
and
love
I.
him.
And I look at that and I'm thinking, because of the way that he's able to play, with the ball in his feet, I'm thinking, hey, you've seen Alisson, you've seen Courtois, you've seen Donnarumma, you've seen Sommer, you've
Yes.
seen these performances from these top shot stoppers, and it doesn't make you think, hey, the only thing that we needed against Inter was a top level keeper to bail you out. Maybe two of the goals. What happens if that Dumfries bicycle kick? I don't know in the first leg. If our
Yeah.
goalkeeper magically saves that, or for example the Chanoglu penalty, it's a
Yeah.
completely different story.
But guys, this is what I want to say. It's not just that I don't really care about the ball playing. Flick's system doesn't really ball play. It's not really that important if you guys noticed.
Yeah.
Like we've been with Chesney, who's still been
Yeah, it
banging
doesn't really matter.
So it doesn't really matter. It's not
Yeah.
like the Enrique days where we want a Ter Stegen. No, we don't need that anymore. Let's move on. Let's get a shot stopper to save us. That's what I would go. I would go
But yeah,
get
so
Don Garcia. I would get him. He's down the road.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Justion is asking the question to everyone in the panel. It says, "Yeah, who do y'all think we are gonna we are signing during the summer transfer window? Like, name one player that you guys think is gonna sign for the club this next season. Or how about this? Okay, who would you guys sign? Who's like your preferred signing? Just one, each of you. Start with you, Elias.
Oh, my priority is obviously a goalkeeper. Obviously a goalkeeper. I'm torn between a Lookman, a Nico Williams, and a Joan Garcia. Those three players I would say would be my priorities because I agree with Eunice. The goalkeeper position is of an utmost priority. It's simple as that. But at the same time, I think Nico Williams, I think he's a great marker opportunity, the same as Lookman. And so I'm torn between the three.
I would take Nico personally, but it seems like we
Yeah,
are kind of
no,
away
if
from it.
I was gonna say that if I'm really if you're asking me to choose one between the three, I would go with Nico. I think he's already familiar with Lamine Yamal, with all of the Barcelona youngsters in the team. Your Balde, your Pedri, your Fermin, your Gavi necessarily. He's adapted to La Liga, and he just be a straight slot in that left wing. Boom, you put him out on the left. Let's say Danny Olmo isn't having a good game necessarily, which in some of these big games he wasn't at the level. You just bring Rafinha towards the middle. You play him at the cam, with which we've seen Hansi Flick, employ him there, and then you have Nico Williams out there on the left. That's what I would do.
I thought Nico Williams signed a new contract last season, no?
Yes.
Yeah,
did.
but I think it has a buyout clause, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
he has a release clause of 58 million euros still.
58 million.
Okay, that's good then.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what about you? Wayne? Which position would you like to see a signing in the summer? Desperately.
I would actually take Nico Williams as well because he's a La Liga player proven. He's not far away from Barcelona, so that's an easy way to settle in. And he has that connection with Lamine Yamal as well. But I feel like goalkeeper position, I don't think Barcelona are prioritizing that at all. Because given the fact
no.
that Ter Stegen, he's going to stay, Chesney, he signed the contract. So I feel like Vanderson might come, the right back from Monaco.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Vanderson is a good option. Vanderson is. I mean, we
Okay.
talked about it, Elias. Him and Rate, who one of them
Yeah.
being a potential.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Exactly.
would take. I would
Watching
take.
that
I would
much?
take Vanderson. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we
First
need
of all, before we continue, guys. Yeah. But listen, guys. Before we continue, guys. 33 people. 32 people in the building, guys. Smash the like button and make sure you guys turn on notifications, guys, because I'm always uploading every day, guys. I got a video or a stream every single day, or 2 or 3 streams in a day, guys. So if you guys want to see more of these videos, guys, and more of these, make sure you guys smash the like button. And make sure you guys subscribe to all these guys' channels, guys. All of these guys have channels: Cool Podcast, Jonas' channel, Barça React, and Way and Cooler as well. And also, guys, subscribe to Barça Boy 103 and Barça Volume, guys. But listen, I do want to move on now because we spent over an hour just having a good time. But I actually do want to talk about our game next week because big game next week, right? We are at the RCD Stadium, a stadium that we're very familiar with because the last time we won the league, it was in that stadium where we clinched the league title. And we have a potential to do it again, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to ask the question. Do you guys think that we're going to win in that stadium after what we did to them the last time? Or do you guys think that these guys are going to give it their all to make sure that we don't win over there?
Well, I pray that Barcelona are able to get the win just because of that rivalry that they think that we have. Because it's crazy
Oh,
to
it's
think that.
Thursday, by the way. It's Thursday. It's Thursday.
Oh yes,
guys.
yeah, on Thursday, which we play Espanyol. But I want to do that. I want to do that because I want to have that same celebration where the players are able to celebrate in their stadium, and have that moment. And I think we'll do it. I think today's Sunday. You're gonna have maybe 3 days of rest. You're gonna have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. On Thursdays, you're gonna have the pre-training activation necessarily. And I think that Barcelona are going to get it done. I think Lewandowski potentially going to be starting, Balde starting as well. I could see some rotation. A potentially Fermin Lopez being involved, a Christensen due to Inigo Martinez being suspended. I think you are going to see some fresh faces in that team, and I see another dominant performance. And if Barcelona they don't get the job done, I'm pretty sure that we're either going to get the job done either against Athletic Club or against Villarreal. I'm confident.
How about you, Wayne? What are you saying, Wayne?
I do believe Barca's gonna do the job, but I feel like the last time Espanyol they played very hard because they were about to get relegated. That's the fact. That's the reason the fans attacked the players as well after the game because they were very angry. So this time I think they're safe in La Liga. They have no reason to go actually that hard, besides bragging rights and the rivalry. But I feel like Barcelona is going to do the job, really, really. And I hope they celebrate just like they did back. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be here for it, man. Jonas, what are you saying?
I mean, hey, Espanyol, they're gonna try it, guys. Let's be real. It's our rivals. At the end of the day, they don't want to be the game that we run onto the pitch because we officially won it. I think it's going to be a tough game. When we played Espanyol this season also, Dani Olmo got a brace, and I remember that it was a very tough game. We had to score good goals. I remember like a Lamine Travella to Dani Olmo. So I think it's going to be a tough game still, right? I mean, we're legit rating their goalkeeper, right? So it should be a tough game, right? As long as we get the job done. And at the end of the day, the Barca have three opportunities to just get one win. I think we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's not like a colossal choke job, we should be celebrating like on Friday. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, one thing as well, I think they have to win a Thursday in order to celebrate at home with fans against Villarreal the next week.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I think that's a great motive for the Barca players.
Wait,
I'll be honest. I mean, for me, I just want to win. I'm not gonna. That's the thing. So I feel like the next 2 games after that are gonna be tough because the 2 teams we're playing after that they're fighting for Europe. So what I really want, honestly, because if we win the league, that will be it, man. Like I don't even care if we lose our next 2 games after that, right? If we lose to Villarreal and Espanyol, and Athletic Bilbao, because I know those guys are having something to fight for, right? So if we beat Espanyol, these guys might just be like, it is what it is, man. Let's just vibe it out. You feel me, right?
But in that situation, what I want to see. Oh, okay. So sorry to interrupt. But and in that situation, all I want to see Hansi Flick do is just experiment necessarily. Hey, give some more minutes to Ansu Fati. Give some more minutes to Hector 4. Just see what you want to implement in that preseason necessarily in order to get ready for what is next season. And for those players, those fringe players necessarily who haven't been involved, give them those minutes so other teams potentially they can be looking at them and say, hey, a Hector 4, hey, maybe a loan for him, it wouldn't be the worst idea. A Paulo Torre, for example, a Paulo Victor. Let's see these guys involved. And with the league wrap, there's no reason to play, your Lamine Yamals, your Pau Cuarcis. They've been playing throughout the entirety of the season. Let's rest them, Let's give them off on an early vacation necessarily, so to say.
Yeah,
Especially
man.
Lamine.
I mean,
I'll probably
I mean,
say, to
exactly.
be honest, what I want to see if we win against Espanyol, not only do I want to see rotation, but I'll go farther. Remember when we won the league last time, we seen the Lamine Yamal debut, right? Like if there's an academy kid that you highly rate, if some kid's ripping it up, like I think what's his name, Tony? What's his name? I forgot his last name. Hernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that kid looks very good, bro. Maybe give him a debut if he's ready, man. And if the game's 2-2, who cares, bro? If we've already won the league title, I'm trying to see something new. Like whatever you had ideas for preseason, you might as well just do it right here too, But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Flick passed the test of this season. Now it's on to Laporta and Deco. That's what I'm saying.
One last thing I want to say before I go. I live in Norway, by the way, so it's very late for me.
Oh,
Yeah, man. Appreciate you for being here.
Yeah, I want
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate
Lewandowski to score a few more goals because he losing the Pichichi battles. As you guys know, Mbappe took over him by 2 goals today. So
Yeah, it doesn't
he
matter.
was
Hey, listen,
fighting.
man. Lewandowski didn't play. He had an opportunity, bro. Lewandowski has been injured, right? So
Yeah,
listen,
I know.
Lewandowski is back now, man.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe if we win the league, at that point the team will be like, you know what it is? Let's just try to give Lewandowski the Pachichi. You feel me, right? So at the end of the day, that's it. But yeah, man, appreciate you, Wayne, for coming in, man. I know it's late. Appreciate you for turning up.
hey, big
Big
up,
up to you every single time. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel, guys. Okay,
Of course, man.
big up to you, man.
It's been a
But-
pleasure, guys.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, absolutely, man. Always, man. Always, man. Appreciate you for being here. But listen, I do want to actually talk about the game against Espanyol, right? How do you think Hansi Flick is gonna potentially set up in that game? Do you think he's just gonna go all out since this is like a title? Basically, this is the game that basically will help us, will clinch us the title if we win it. Do you guys think that he's gonna go all out? He's gonna go full strength and try to, just kill this tie and basically you make sure that the league title is basically secured. What do you guys think?
I definitely think that he's gonna do that. I think he's gonna go very, very strong. But I do think that you're gonna see some rotation necessarily. I think you're gonna see Christensen for Inigo. I want to see the extent of Cuarci's injury because he did come off. I just think it was sort of cramps, maybe exhaustion, fatigue playing into those legs, and not necessarily say a big injury. But you can also see Abalde being included. And I think it's going to be a very strong Barcelona lineup with only maybe 2 or 3 players being in there just to rotate. But he's still going to be going strong because we still need one win.
Yeah.
That's my point. And honestly, I would go. I'm not gonna lie. For me, I would go full strength because I'll bring Lewandowski on. Make sure Yamal, Rafinha, Daniel. I'll bring because first of all, this is a derby. Let's cut all the BS. This is a derby. This is a Catalan derby, so we can lose to these guys. So I think because of that, Hansi Flick would potentially play, a good lineup. I think if we're gonna see any changes, I do want to see some changes in the defense. I want to see Christensen start. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him start. I want to see. With Kobashi being injured, I don't think Inigo will potentially start in the game this Thursday. I can see Araujo and Christensen being the partnership. And honestly, if that's the partnership, I'm worried because that partnership played against Valladolid and we nearly lost that game. Like that was bottom of the table.
But,
You feel me, right?
wait, but what's it called? Inigo is going to be suspended for that match.
Okay, so when
He's
we
not
don't
gonna-
have a
he-
choice.
he-
Right,
yeah, he's
right.
not gonna be involved. Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, then we'll take what we can get. So I would like to see that midfield relatively the same. You're gonna see De Jong, Pedri, and Dani Olmo in the game. You feel me, right?
Yeah.
But Jonas, what are you saying about the game? Do you want what kind of lineup do you want Hansi Flick to set up with in the game on Thursday?
To be honest, like for me, I would probably say I might see Fermin. I could see Fermin starting because Dani Olmo has started 2 straight games. Like you don't want an unnecessary Dani Olmo injury. I could see Olmo maybe missing out on this game just for rotation rest reasons. Um, to be honest, other than that, I think he'll be strong. I mean, you guys said if there's a suspension or two, I think else is gonna stay the same. I think Lewandowski, I don't think he's gonna start still. Ferran did very good this game. Inter was kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie, but I think that Lewandowski's gonna, if he's gonna start, it's gonna be the game against Villarreal at home. I think that's a proper game, right? I think Lewandowski comes off the bench though. Yeah, so that's what I see. I only see one change really. Maybe Fermin starts and whatever is necessary because of suspension. That's really it.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. But before we get out of here, I do want to quickly ask you guys Thursday night predictions, guys. Elias,
I, I,
you
I'm not.
see us like winning the league on Thursday?
Yeah, I see us winning the league on Thursday. I'm going with a 4-1 victory over Espanyol. I think that Barcelona are going to get the job done. I think with this El Clásico win, I think the momentum is going to be behind us, and I see us clinching the title against Espanyol.
Yes,
Wow.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jonas, talk to me, man. What are you saying, bro?
You know what?
Scoreline.
I think we're gonna win, but I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be 3-2. Maybe a late Barca winner. I think Espanyol is gonna put up a fight, man. Like the last couple times that I remember playing them, right? Didn't they get promoted this year? So they did, right? I believe so. They got promoted.
No, I think they were here. I think they were here last season. One day here last season.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't even care. I care. That's how little I care about these guys. When they got relegated, they got relegated. Oh, good. Hey, listen, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all
So
right.
I think it's gonna be tough, bro. I think they're gonna play, bro. It's a Catalan derby, right? So I think maybe they score a goal. We've been sloppy defensively. Probably they might even get the 2-0 head start again, and then we're gonna come back again. That's what I kind of.
No,
I
absolutely
like
not.
that.
None
I
of
was
this
just
story
joking, to be honest. But hey, don't be surprised because we can see. That's the one thing I said, Omar. We can see too many goals for my liking. That's the one thing I don't. I know we keep coming back, but that's because of the offensive quality, right? I think that back line needs to be better. Whoever is out there needs to be better, but I still think we get the job done against Espanyol.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I mean, listen, for me, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-0. 2-0. I'm gonna say we're gonna keep a clean sheet. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, on Thursday, La Liga will be crowning new champions, man. We will be celebrating our second league title in 3 years, man. Listen, some clubs cannot relate. Some clubs are doing sitting here, trusting the process, doing phases. We don't do phases, we do phase win. You feel me, right? Hansi Flick is about to do his domestic treble this season, man, which is more than many people can say, man. But I do want to quickly, ask every one of you, Kool-Aid, man, tell the people in the chat what is coming up on your channel, man. What you got coming
Okay.
on your channel?
Thank you for asking. Obviously, if you guys want to see my match reaction and my my reaction to the goals, it's already on my channel at Kool-Aid Podcast. That's the socials for all of my social media platforms on YouTube as well. Go over there if you guys haven't tuned in. And for these next week or so, just talking about Barcelona news. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have a Barcelona episode. We are able to talk some of this game and as well to talk about some of the news that's going to be coming out because I do think the Hansi Flick as well as Barcelona they're going to be ramping up for what I will believe is going to be a busy summer for us. We're going to see what transfer sagas, what moves Barcelona are going to be doing in the summers, what players are leaving necessarily, and we're obviously going to be talking as well about that result against Espanyol. But social Kool-Aid Podcast, you can find me there.
Yeah, make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel, guys, if you want to see more of him. Jonas, man, I know you're currently in school, you're doing some exams and stuff like that, but brother, talk to me, man. Like, what do you got
Listen,
coming in your
man.
channel release day?
Listen, honestly, I would love to stream more on this week, but I'm gonna be back next week. Obviously, I'm busy with school right now, but I'm probably gonna be doing another video, just probably a quick video about the El Clasico, maybe tomorrow more in depth, and then also I posted my match reaction. I'm sure you guys already have, right? I was very happy match reaction on my channel. And then preview, obviously preview video for the Espanol game, match reaction, like always. And then hey man, Friday, hey Omar, Friday, football mania, we should be trolling Will. You know what I'm saying?
No, forget
Friday,
about Friday, man. Forget Friday. Tomorrow, I'm cooking this day. Tomorrow, this brother is getting cooked tomorrow. Wait till
no,
I
but
see him.
Fridays, listen, maybe that's the appetizer. Friday is
No,
the
no, 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 no. Because the wound is still gonna be fresh tomorrow, man. Don't worry. The wound is still gonna be fresh. So I'm going to make sure to, you know. Oh
yeah,
no,
yeah,
tomorrow,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Because this guy,
I know.
I saw his match reaction. He was completely broken, man, and I
Yeah, bro,
loved it.
I'm telling you, bro. You know how I told you, Omar. They can't. The reason why they were going crazy against what's it called, our loss against Inter, is because they can't beat us. That's the reality. So they celebrated somebody else. But man, on my channel, talking more Barca news. You know what I'm saying? Rumors, all
Yeah.
that good stuff. Because it's the summer.
Yeah. Big up to every single one of you guys watching, man. This has been another episode of the Culers Culture Show, guys. Barca show every single Sunday. Big up to every single one of you guys, man. This has been an amazing stream. I've enjoyed it, man. Crying, watching the Madrid tears, listening to all the Madridistas cry after they were laughing at us at the start of the week. Hey, man, listen, man. Life is unfair, man, and karma's a B word, man. And you know what it is, man? He who laughs last best. And we are going to be laughing all night there, Madrid fans. You all can hold that, ladies and gentlemen. Big up to every single one of you guys. This stream will be redirecting you guys to Sarcasm City TV, guys. The Yardman Show. Kaneki, who was actually in the chat a few minutes ago, guys. He's there right now, guys. He's probably losing his mind. I want you to put Vescar Barca Raid in the comment section, guys. Put Vescar Barca Raid on the comment section below, guys. Big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. And until we see you next Sunday on another Culers Culture Show, guys. Peace. Take care.
Peace.